Well, welcome back, everybody. Jet Scott here, as always, with Scott Speech Up, and we're joined with Dad, who is undoing his doghouse because the last time we saw the van, we put that Jegs V2 carburetor on there, and it ran pretty much worse than it ever has. And I don't know how many carburetors. This carburetor number 6, and just the van goes from running really good to running like absolute dog crap. You're not familiar with Dad's street van. This is the van we rescued out of a field. Last year in December 2021. Now it's 2023. So this is the quest to make sure it runs good. So we're gonna probably end up ditching that Jegs carburetor because it is just absolutely abysmal. It's got a brand new distributor. Dad's got it timed in just about right. But we're gonna verify the health of the engine, make sure it's doing all right. Got my old compression tester out. We're gonna make sure all 8 cylinders are okay. And if that's all right, well, we'll be going to a tried and true carburetor. That's something we have used and never had many issues out of, and that is the old Street Demon. Now they're maybe owned by Holly. That used to not be there. And these used to be fantastic carburetors. Hopefully the quality hasn't gone down since Holly took over. But this is the thermoquad looking carburetor. And we used to have a pair of these on Jezebel. There's a pair of these on Dad's Hemi. They look all like a thermoquad, but they are nothing like a thermoquad, really. And they are just really good carburetors for the money. Great bang for your buck. And it'll look correct for the van because, well, again, it looks like a thermoquad. So there is your Street Demon. This is a 625 unit. These are technically a 3-barrel in design because they have the rear plates actually mated together into a goggle valve, as they call it. These work really good. These are typically really good right out of the box. Put them right on, never mess with them again. Maybe do a little bit of fuel or air enrichment. Maybe set your idle. They got an electric choke that works really good. They got the air flapper. Then you got your butterflies down there. These are really good carburetors. So that'll probably be...
They come with a cool sticker.
Yeah, they do come with a giant sticker. I wish they made smaller ones. But first things first is going to be pulling these spark plugs, verifying the health of the engine just off spark plugs. And then we'll do a compression check on all 8 cylinders, and we'll see how she's doing. And now you can see Dad using my grandfather, his dad's, stay away from your work extension.
Stay away from your work.
That way you ain't got to work underneath the steering wheel. Yeah. So we'll get number 1 out. We'll see how it looks.
Do in the pit area, the drag races.
Ah.
You don't see them guys all up and around them. And nitro burners.
How's that number 1 plug looking? Ooh, that's a little on the rich side. And I see some oil fouling. That could be a lot better looking.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, what?
Double norm deal won't work on number 3.
Yeah. Alright, so here's number 3, just for the expert tuners. God dang it. Here you folk. God. Okay, there we go. 3rd time's a charm. It is richer than it gets. It's so black you can't even tell what's going on. Of course, this van has had a history of running really rich, so don't know if this is the Jegs carburetor or the old Holly or... yeah. Okay, see how 5 looks. Number 5. Also extremely rich. My phone is giving me issues. I really hope this video turns out. Number 7. Kind of oil fouled as well, but also just absolute trash. Number 2 spark plug. I just had to restart my phone because it was acting really dumb. Again, really rich. Number 4. Same story. Fouled beyond completion because it is so rich. Ridiculously rich. If you're not seeing a pattern here, this is number 6. Number 6 is still rich. At least we know we're getting fuel. That's the thing for sure. Number 8 is probably the best looking spark plug because it's still black. It's blacker than darkest night, but you can at least still see some of the white on the porcelain, just barely.
Blacker than old Katie's dog. Is it blacker than old Katie's dog?
I don't know if that's racist or not, Dad. Don't say that. That sounds pretty racist.
No, that's just old mechanic talk.
Ah, well, you know she's running rich, so I'm going to clean these because there's no chance we'll be able to get spark plugs today because part stores don't keep them anymore. Okay. New $12 tripod from Amazon. Never doing that again. This tripod sucks. At home, hopefully you can see that. That is 110 psi. And no, we're not opening the carburetor, but if we do the test exactly the same for all the cylinders, it won't matter.
Seemed like it had plenty of stuff. It pushed the thing out of there.
Yeah, we go to 3 now. Number 3. 105, 110, 115.
Ain't bad for sitting all that time in the pack rat's nest. 105.
Still not bad. Number 5. 5, 10, 15. 15 again. Jack lent me a compression tester one time. Kept that rubber piece.
Except your rubber.
Oh, God. Number 7. Number 7 looks pretty high, so 5, 10, 15, 20. Go. Okay. Number 2. 25.
Oh, no shit.
125 on cylinder 2. Okay. Number 4. 5, 10, 15. 115. Number 6 is the lowest. Yeah. 5, 10. Not 15, so we'll call it 13. Number 8. 5, 10, 15. 115 again.
Okay. So it feels like a brand new.
Good. By the way, for the people at home who are going to say, well, you didn't open the carburetor, so it can't be fair. Here's my argument to you. If you do the compression check with all 8 cylinders in the same orientation, so if you leave the carburetor closed and all 8 of them read similar, you're not changing any variables. It's all the same. Hence, it's a valid test. Now, we could do this again and hold the carburetor open, but I don't think we're going to see a whole lot of difference. That's up to Dad.
That's fine.
It's fine. The engine's got a good bill of health. We got 110, 110, 115, 115, 120, 125, 115, 113, 115. Van is healthy. So I'm going to go spend the next 20 minutes. I'm going to clean all those plugs up while Dad gets rid of this piece of pardon my French, and we put the Street Demon on. So here's some time lapse for you. Alright, so the Street Demon, that is a beautiful carburetor, even though Holly has shorted us. Not typical. Oh, come on, Dad. Jeez, oh my Lord, what the. Anyways, the spark plugs are clean, re-gapped to 36 thousandths, which is what they should be. Point, you know what I mean. Feeler gauged out, cleaned them up. They look brand new now. They're not all carbon fouled, so we'll get the carburetor bolt on. Might have to do some modifications to get all this stuff to work right. Not real sure how this is gonna work. Yeah, maybe up there.
No, that's the throttle. Down there's where I had mine.
Yeah, that doesn't work at all. If this was still stock length before we extended it, maybe. But yeah, as it is, that ain't gonna work. Okay, so for you guys who want to put a Street Demon on your van, you know, I'm pretty sure this isn't just for Dodges. I think Chevy and Ford probably a similar setup. So what we ended up coming up with is it's got that little arm right there on the top. We were going to put the kick down the bottom, but that ain't going to work at all. And we can't put the throttle down there either because it don't push in the right direction. So we'll put the kick down right there, and we'll put the throttle up there, or vice versa. Just got to hog out the hole. And then we'll set our cable or kick down, which is technically a throttle valve, not really a kick down, but you know, semantics. We'll get this going here in a second. All right, so here's everything is working. So watch. We're actually moving the throttle valve cable. We're at full throttle. Open the air butterfly. Fully open. Perfect. All that works. God, I hope this carburetor solves it. I hope it was just a carburetor issue all along. Got good compression on each cylinder, as you showed, like we showed. Otherwise, we know a certain big block will probably be going in this thing at some point. Make sure we zoom in on the right car so people don't get the wrong idea. Okay. You know, after about 17,000 carburetors and stuff, you think, oh, wish us luck, because here's our first start. You think that eventually get old, and let me tell you, it has gotten very old. So here's to us wishing luck. That Street Demon works. Plugs are clean. We reran our firing order. Everything's good and kosher, cool. So we'll set you up on the $12 tripod from Wish or Amazon. Same thing. It's a piece of crap. We're gonna buy a tripod. Make sure you buy a good one. Okay, we'll set you up. See if she'll fire. All right, whenever you're ready, Kimosabi. That was anticlimactic. It's only wanting to give it fire after I let off the key. So, portion resistor, balance resistor, I believe that's what that is. Alright, so we ain't finding a whole heck of a lot here. Okay, so while I was making a deal with a guy in Australia for my other baby Hemi, Dad, found out the ignition module went dead on us. I think the one we got from Rock Auto, so we got the one from Jegs on there. It's a 4-pin. And she fired right up, but we got a spark plug out, so we need to put that back in. So now we're going to set you up, and we're going to pretend like this will be our first crank, and it's going to fire right up. Movie magic. Here we go. Woo! Von Duque. Von Duque, I summon thee to life with the life of a demon carburetor. Oh, God. Oh, no. Okay, let's not summon it to life. So now we just gotta let it warm up, and then we'll start tuning with the carburetor.
You know, I wonder if that was last time I was messing with my timing light.
Yeah.
My light quit flashing. I thought I broke my timing light up. I bet that's when I lost my ignition.
That's probably why you lost ignition. Those modern reproduction boxes don't last for crap. So when we go to Indy in March, we'll be trying to snag up all the originals we can, or we'll just put an MSD on it.
Big? Are they better?
No, they're all straight from China. They all last about the same. Let it warm up. Okay, a little bit of adjustment to that arm right there to shorten it up. Let's see. She's kind of warm now, so. Yeah, we're up to temperature. A little low on fuel still. But give it the sniff test. Well, seems to be burning pretty good out the exhaust at least. Seems much happier. engine right there. I still think the van with Jezebel's 505 would just be the epitome of badass.
That would be so radical.
It'd be.
Especially down at Sykeston doing a rolling burnout.
Oh my God, you wouldn't know what to do with all that horsepower. You'd be going from like 200 to over 600. And like a little bit of torque, all of the torque.
Yeah. At least we could pull a car trailer.
Yeah, you wouldn't have any worries about the torque being able to pull it.
We have room enough for a radiator, big radiator.
That'd be fine. Street demon. That's true. There's plenty of room underneath there. Could you imagine what that engine would sound like through these side pipes?
Oh God.
It sounds so wicked.
Well, we'd have to, I mean, 'cause that'd be necking it down to 2 ends.
Oh yeah, that'd be horrible for the engine.
We'd have to,
The 505 would hate that neck down.
we'd have to make something going on there.
We'd have to change that where it's the fake one. Because how that works right there is you got 3 fake pipes and 1 actual pipe. We'd have to basically get rid of that and just have a single big 3-inch turn in. We could get that in stainless and we could polish it up and you wouldn't hardly be able to tell the difference.
That'd look pretty cool too.
It would look cool because then we could, you know, actually have it the right length all the way up front.
Yeah. And put a dump right there too.
Could put, because that thing is louder than piss. Well, that's good news.
How many times has the demon saved our ass?
Every time. Well, there's a pair on your Charger. They've never let us down. The only thing you got to be careful with a street demon. And I tell everybody this, these street demons, they got a problem. They've always had this problem, is this choke flap. If you ever backfire, this flap will actually reach up and pop above this flange and lock it shut. So what I always do is I put a flat washer down and then run a jam nut down. So when if this ever backfires, not that it should, but it happens, this flap here, the choke flap, can't shoot up past and block all your airway. So that's something we need to do to that one. But otherwise, it's running a whole...
Remember the Javelin?
Yeah.
We put the carburetor on there, boom, it's running.
Yeah. The street demons have always been like that. They're just a fantastic carburetor. I just wish they had a little more performance version of them. But Jezebel's original tunnel rim had a pair of 625s. Your Charger, I think, has got a pair of 625s.
I noticed that new book they got with them.
Yeah.
It's got all the information about changing metering rods and different colored springs. The old book didn't have all that.
Yeah, it's true.
So you could probably tune them with different colored springs. And
Yeah, it's just taking them apart sucks. You got to take them apart from the bottom. So if you want to do any jet changing, any tuning to it, you got to pull the carburetor off, pull the base plate off, and you got to do everything from up underneath because it's kind of a showy carburetor, but they do work good and they're cheap. So
you got 1,300.
no, it's not how that works. You can't just statically add 625 and 625.
3 of them ago, you'd have 1,800.
No, that's not how CFM works. You can't just statically add them. There's a formula to it. Two 600s would be more like 800. It don't add statically like you think.
That'd be one cheaper price on the second one then.
Yeah. Well, as always, guys, thank you for checking out. I'm glad we got the van running again. And hopefully soon, we might be able to start this interior because it looks like Kansas is going to have a break in the weather for us. We're going to have another week, maybe of 40s and 50s, which beats the negatives and the zeros we've been having.
Yeah, that sucked.
So stay tuned. As always, guys, look forward to seeing the next one. As always, take care and
Bye-bye.
bye-bye. Bon Duque.